All right, everybody, today is September 18th. We want to go ahead and update our table of contents. Remember, next week I will be doing a notebook check, so that you definitely want to have a table of contents in there. Today's topic is rate of change. A reminder that next week, the 6 weeks will be ending, so you want to make sure you're getting your grades up if you're currently failing any classes. If you have any questions for me about your grades, just send me an email and I will work to get back to you and let you know what you need to fix your grade by doing. All right, so first up, our warm-up that I want you to go ahead and work on is, I want you to work on this table here. This is a review from yesterday. Using this table, I want you first to finish the table. Then part B is I want you to figure out what is the explicit rule. All right, and that's as far as I want us to go. All right, so pause the video, see if you can get this right. All right, so you should be back and already have some of these answers. I'm going to go ahead and go over them. Here I am subtracting 8, and so on. So in order to get this next term, I would do -1 minus 8, which is -9, and then subtract 8 again. That's going to give me -17. Subtract 8 again, and that's going to give me -25. And then subtract 8 again, and that's going to give me -33, I think. Yeah, -33. All right, so now I need to come up with my explicit rule. My explicit rule is that AN equals DN plus A0. So in this case, we said my D is -8, subtracting 8. So I need to go ahead and put -8 here up front, N. And then my 0 term I need to find. So my 0 term, I was going forwards by subtracting 8. So to go backwards, I would have to add 8 to 15. And that would give me 23 as my 0 term. So plus 23 would be my rule. All right, we've already done this. So our goal today is to be able to find the rate of change from a graph, table, or set of coordinates. All right, so rate of change, everybody, is just slope. That's all it is, slope. So the question is slope positive or negative for each graph? Is it positive or negative? Hopefully saying the one on the left is negative. The one on the right is positive. And I suggest making a sketch of both of these in your graph. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can just draw some lines showing which one's negative, what direction shows positive. All right, and next you want to go ahead and make sure that you have this equation and this information from this red box all written down in a notebook. Rate of change and slope are the same thing. It is rise over run, which also means change in y over change in x, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You'll remember this from middle school, that what you need to do here is come up with 2 points. So find yourself 2 points. Here's one here, I got another one, I got another one, and so on. You definitely want to sketch this graph here. And then from there, you need to pick 2 of these points. Me, I'm going to use this one here. Remember in coordinates, x goes first, y goes second. So my x here is 0, my y is 5. Then I'm just going to go on to the next coordinate to the right, but it didn't matter which one I picked. This coordinate is 2 and 4. So I need to go ahead and figure out what my slope is. Now, you can just do this by the graph, or you can do it by the equation. If you do it by the equation, go ahead and label your coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2, And you're just gonna take these numbers and put them into your equation. So my y2 was 4, my y1 was 5, my x2 is 2, my x1 is 0. You're going to use the equation. Make sure you label your coordinates. 4 minus 5 is -1. 2 minus 0 is 2. This does not simplify, making that my rate of change of my slope. If I had just used the graph, I would have seen this as well, because I'm going down 1, so that's my -1, and I'm going to the right 2, plus 2. And slope is rise over run or fall over run, which is -1 over 2. So that is a second way to get it if you just wanted to do it by the graph. All right, so next thing I need to do is determine the slope of this one. Try and pause the video and see if you can do this. All right, so here's this graph. I'm going to get myself some points. There's 1 point. That's not. I always want to get the clean points. And when I mean clean points, that means they are hitting my grid lines, okay? If they're in the middle of my grid lines, that's not a clean point. This coordinate here is 0, -4. This coordinate here is 5, 0. X1, X2. Whoa, X1. Try this again. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this all in my equation. So my Y2 is -4 minus my Y1, which is 0, over X2, which is 0, minus my X1, which is 5. And then I'm just going to go ahead and subtract. -4 minus 0 is -4. 0 minus 5 is -5. 2 negatives divided make a positive, so this becomes 4/5. And that makes sense, guys, that this is going to end up being a positive slope, because look at your line. It's going in a positive direction. Positive direction means you get a positive slope. Negative direction going downwards is a negative slope. All right, I'm going to pick up here in part 2 of this video.